whatever you're going through, whether it's loss, heartbreak, or in my eyes, just going through something or being stressed about where you are at life, I want to tell you that it does get better. And I'm pretty tired because I want to come off a bit more soft-spoken, and it's like 1:30 in the morning, so I'm a bit working. So I think with me, right, with how my life has gone, especially through this past year, I'm nearing 21, 2 weeks out from my birthday. Yippee! I'm gonna be old. I'm gonna be an unk. That's crazy. Yeah, I think it's been a very good learning experience. That's what I've seen this whole thing as, like this whole journey of building a business, getting my physique up to standard, and then now transitioning into my next phase of trying to scale this thing, get my first client, and that it's been a struggle, and I knew that. And I want to talk about how my life was 6 months ago, because the guy that was well, yes, he still didn't have money, and I still don't have a lot of money. He was a very different version of himself. I was a lot more, I wouldn't say less confident, but a lot more soft-spoken. I was trying to seek validation. I'll admit that at the time I didn't think so, but in reality I really was. Water break. This shit saves me. 2 liters just there. Crazy. But I was trying to seek validation from the place that I was working, which I still work at. I'm just not getting any shifts. But it was, and then I was trying to impress people, trying to impress the girls, the huz, right? Yeah, it was not good. And then the big one, I got involved with a girl who I recently found out is now blaming me for looking at her cherries. Like, bruv, crazy. 6 months ago, drag maxing till failure, insane. And she's probably watching. If you see this video, bro, I'm gonna just say this: you're a loser. You're a pretty big loser. But it's been a ride and a half. When I got involved with that girl, I thought, oh, I'm gonna be with her. Oh, this, oh, that. Wow, it was all sparkly. It was like a flower garden. Her there in the center, being like, and then some anime confession ready up, and it was so stupid. But when it of course didn't pan out, it wasn't really a rejection or anything. I'm not gonna like try and add drama to it. All it was that we just talked. We were just talking, and would I even label it as a talking stage? Probably not even. We were just talking as co-workers. I saw it more than it actually was, and we didn't mesh. And now she's blaming me for different things, and it is what it is. But at the time, before these allegations came about, which I mean, they aren't that big of a deal, because like she has no proof, and I'm confident. Well, actually, wait, why am I saying I'm confident? I know I didn't do it. There was nothing to look at in the first place. Anyway, yeah. So with that being said, it was tough. It was really tough. Like, when of course she made it obvious she didn't want me, like, it was a hard pill to accept, because like, I was a decent looking guy, I had a decent build. I was probably, why am I flexing? But yeah, I kind of thought I was a lot more than I actually was. And that kind of brought this spark in me to, what do I have left? I didn't think that, I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I needed, and most importantly, I didn't know what was good for me. And this was all while I was running my self-improvement TikTok. It was more so like a collage of not my bad decisions, but the lessons I learned along the way. And I still do post on that TikTok here and there. But then we found fitness, and during that time, it was one of those things that I stuck to religiously. I was following a split upper lower. I was sticking to my diet, losing weight, looking better, feeling better, and now I'm probably the leanest I've ever been. If you look there, I mean, yeah, we got abs pretty much, but yeah. And I wanted to come on here is that when you are in a rut, or when you're at a low point, I've realized that it does take time. It does take time to get better. It does take time to heal. The scars from her, they weren't really scars, it was more so just scratches. They healed up pretty quick. It's more so just like, it's kind of just dragging now more than it should. But if a girl has broken your heart, bro, just understand that it takes time, but patience is a virtue. It is your greatest lesson that you can give for yourself, because if you're patient, it will get better. And if you're at a bad spot with your physique, or you don't know what to do, it's gonna get better if you put in the effort, if you keep showing up. And that's what I did with the gym. I found out my passion for fitness, and now I'm pursuing a business and trying to make something out of this shit, because I wanna help people out. And it's really nice having a purpose, having a light that kind of guides you every single day. Granted, I may not be the most productive, but I know what I'm doing. And even with this journey, it comes with probably more stress, 20 times the stress that I had with the girl. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about like what I'm gonna do, why I'm procrastinating, why I'm doing this, why I'm doing that. I'm literally hyper analyzing every part of my life, and it sucks. But that's the reality. That's what it takes to get to the top. And I've realized that this business, this whole ordeal, I've never wanted something more in my life than I have now. And I'm getting goosebumps while talking to this, holy shit. But I feel so alive every time I create content, because I know it's gonna get better. And that's the thing, you gotta just know. You gotta understand that if you just put in the effort continually over a very long period of time, and this goes for anything in life, right? Whether it's a relationship, you're trying to marry a girl, you continually show up for her, you're gonna eventually get married. If you continually show up to the gym, you're gonna get a good physique. If you continually code every single day, you're gonna land a job in CS, hopefully. I mean, the market's cooked, but if you continually do what you continually need to do over a set period of time, you're gonna get to where you want to be. And it does get better. It always has been. That's life. You're gonna have ups and you're gonna have downs. I hit a bit of a low this year, and that's bringing me up to brought me to find my purpose in fitness, and hopefully will transfer me into building a very successful business. This is my journey, my incredible story. What's yours gonna be? Because you can't just let life get in the way. I could have, like, guys, I'm gonna be real. I could have let that girl dictate the rest of my life and just been depressed with her. I really could have, but I didn't. I got hit pretty hard in the gut, got hit at my heart, in my core. Wow, she doesn't not love, she doesn't like me back. Wow, I'm so hurt. And I got up from my trenches. I woke up that time and I was like, no, I can't let this shit slide. And I didn't, and we're creating content and we're doing something that we actually love, rather than investing in someone that doesn't even love you back. Because if you invest your time into making content, you will eventually get there. Building a business, it takes time, but you're gonna get there. It does get better, it always has been. Build your incredible true story, build that book, build those chapters, because trust me, you don't want to end your book with the eternal form of regret, not having any pages, not having any hardships, because life's hard, it always has been, and you know it.